Hey, it's Albert with Two Tribes Primal Living, and wanted to make a video today, talk about a few things that are going on, um, currently on the planet. Um, this is a very confusing time for people, citizens of the world. I mean, what's going on here in the United States is uh, is not an isolated incident. With this virus and the economy and all the social uprisings that are occurring globally, um, people are confused. I mean, I don't stay confused. I kind of stay on top of things and understand that truth. When you're looking for the truth and what's going on around you, socially, economically, politically, even spiritually, those things don't come from TV. They don't come from newspapers or memes or even sometimes other people. Um, if I've learned anything about being out here, away from all the vibrations of the everyday world, let it be Wi-Fi signals, let it be noise pollution, let it be um, you know water, the city water absorbing all the chemicals that soak into your skin, even while you're showering. All those things um, have an impact on the way your thought processes work. And TV signs, neon signs, fluorescent lighting, um, all the electromagnetic fields that surround every day, surround you every day, and you're not even aware of it. I mean, we kind of get so used to all that shit around us, all the noise, all the influence from other people, all the opinions, all the waiting in line at stoplights, at trains, and all that nonsense that has nothing to do with living, the deadlines, the energies of other people interacting with other people, like going to the DMV to renew your driver's license, or standing in line at the supermarket, or just going to a restaurant and getting shitty service because um, you know that's what people do every day. People do those things every day. They involve themselves in energies and interactions that have nothing to do with them. And it seems like um, here lately, um, really the only news that we come across, or the news that concerns anybody, is a news of some kind of issue that's going on globally. And I know it's been like that for forever. I mean, I turn on, when I used to watch TV, I turn on the TV, and you're hearing about the next war, the next oil spill in the Gulf, or the next storm, or the next political uh, um, um, corrupt scheme that was going on, that somebody got busted on. But a lot of times that stuff really doesn't affect us directly, um, as individuals. But you know, I, now it seems like nowadays the TV and the media and the entertainment industry and the even especially the music industry has people so confused. It has them so distracted. The sports, all that shit. Even the recreations and the holidays have gotten to the point where people don't even know who the fuck they are anymore. They have no clue who they are or what their purpose is. Going to work is not your purpose. Taking your kids to soccer practice is not your purpose. Um, Going to your bunko night, or your men's sports night, or guys night out, shit, that isn't your purpose. um, and I think society has done a very, very good job on separating people from who they were meant to be and who they are today. And you just look around you, and people are the debt that they accumulate. People are the sum of the people that they hang around. Um, Whether it's at the gym or whether it's at church or whether it's at work or whether it's on some kind of interest, similar interest group. You know, people are a sum of everything that they've come in contact with. I mean, the whole purpose of being on this earth is to experience this earth and to experience this as an individual. And I know family and friends are important, but when family and friends become so important that you no longer get to be who you are, who you were meant to be, you get off path. And I'm looking at a path right here, right now, and there's a there's a Native American teaching that that uh, that explains the directions that one should be concerned with, and the most important direction that you should be concerned with is is the path in front of you, the path that you're on. The second is what you've left behind, and of course what's above and what's below. And people will ask, well, what about to the left and to the right? What about to the west and to the east, or the north or the south? Well, we'll call it the left and the right. And the left and the right, you know, when you start going off of your direction, your path, and you take another idea, uh, uh, suggestion from another person, now you're on their path. You're no longer on your path anymore. Or if you go to the right and you veer off to the right, you're no longer on your path. So the most important path is the path that's the direction that's in front of you. Left and right, left and right is what creates division, and it's what's creating division right now. If you look at, I mean, we'll just use this. I'm not a political person, by the way. I am not a political person, and I don't even like to talk about politics. But it seems like when you have two, you've been broken down. The American population has been demoralized to the point where every 4 years we're given a choice of two people who are supposed to be the ones who solve all our problems, and we have to pick from those two people. Um, it's almost expected of you. It's like, what do you mean you don't vote? What do you mean you don't have a preference in candidate? Well, that's that whole left and right thing. That's the left wing, right wing, still part of the same bird, and that bird is corrupt. That bird is corrupt as fuck, and I don't care who you are. If you believe that bird, the right wing or the left wing of that bird, is there to solve all your problems, I mean, you're seriously off your path. You no longer are on your path. You're on somebody else's path, and so we've been demoralized to the choice of two candidates that offer themselves up to society or to Americans through division. And I don't mean just division, I mean hateful division. I mean division that is passionate and egotistical to the point where people will no longer do the research for themselves, or they will no longer study. They will believe in a candidate, but they won't know that candidate's agenda is filled with integrity and honesty and morality. And we've gotten to the point where that shit doesn't matter. All that matters is who's right and who's wrong. I'm right, and if you're against my candidate, then you're a piece of shit, and you're no longer a friend or a family member. And people have been divided over this, and they continue to be divided over this. And I wonder, you know, how did we get to the point where leadership is created by division? Leadership of a people, leadership of a country is created by division. What the fuck do you think is going to come of that? What do you think is going to come out of hateful division when these people get what they want, but these people don't get what they want, and it was all done in the name of hatred and inflamed ego? I mean, the American ego is so fucking manipulated. It is so inflamed that, you know, you've got the president right now who has contracted this virus, and you've got people wishing that he would die. I mean, it's like, I hope you fucking die, and they're okay with saying that. They are absolutely okay with saying, I hope that person dies. I hope you die. What have we become? How can anything good come from division? And that division has been cast upon you. It's a spell. It is a spell that has been cast upon upon society. And whether you believe in witchcraft, or whether you believe in dark energy, or Lucifer, or Satan, or the devil, or any of these occult teachings, whether you believe it in or not, that doesn't matter. The people who are running the show believe in it. These people are dark, and they are manipulative, and they will fuck you over any chance they get. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about your kids or your family. Look at what's happening in America right now, because these people who are in power, these people that you've been picking over year after year, every time there's an election, it's like, oh, you got to vote. You got to vote for what? What the fuck do I got to vote for? I got to vote for the lesser of two evils. How am I supposed to be a moral person when I know that the left wing and the right wing are part of the same corrupt bird that has no intention of ever resolving your issues? Every issue that they've claimed to has resolved has created another issue, and that issue has created another issue, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. And you've got these people who are going, we want to reelect this guy because he's the best. And the country and the economy is in the best condition that it has ever been in American history, and that's fucking horseshit. The stock market is not the economy that you and I live in. The stock market is where the billionaires trade. That is where the billionaires make their money, and those billionaires are bailed out by the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve does not give a fuck about you. The only reason the Federal Reserve gives a shit about you is your debt. As long as you're in debt, they continue to operate, and they continue to maintain power. And people don't know this. People don't understand that our government, the United States government, has sold out to private bankers. And it's not something that you can just teach people. It's not something that you can just walk up to somebody and say, hey, did you know that the Federal Reserve is a privately owned corporation run by elite bankers, and I mean corrupt elite bankers who are stimulating the stock market right now, so that the large corporations that should have failed or ought to fail don't fail. And they continue to operate, so it kills what we call capitalism. And people don't know. You can't just walk up to somebody and say that, because they'll look at you like you're a fucking idiot. They'll look at you like, wow, you really don't. You think the Federal Reserve is a privately owned corporation run by corrupt bankers? No, I don't believe. I know they are, because I've done my research, and a lot of people, most people, a vast majority of the people have not done their research, and they just listen to what the education system has taught them. Education has been hijacked. Whether you want to believe it or not, the education system has been hijacked. The science, history, the only thing they really can't hijack is mathematics, because mathematics is 1 + 1 = 2. But even so, they do it with the financial system. They have people believing that our government somehow is in control of our financial system, when that's absolute horseshit. But you can't just walk up to people and offer them truth. You can't just let people know that there are dark energies. I mean, these people are in occults. These secret societies that they're part of are occult societies. They bring in darkness. They worship darkness. They have dark rituals, and they run rituals on us every day through the headlines, and through movies, and through music, and through the entertainment industry, and just understanding what gematria is, and the use of numbers and numerology, and you'll once you see how they've manipulated what goes into your five senses, um, and that you've been under a spell this whole time. Once you realize that, you're awakened, and you can't unsee it. There's no way you can unsee it. There's no way any idiot can walk up to me and tell me that this candidate or this candidate is the answer to all our problems, because I'm going to look at him and go, yeah, I mean, do you believe in the Tooth Fairy too? Do you still believe in Santa Claus? Do you still believe in the Easter Bunny? Because that's what it comes down to. Once you see the truth, and you know what the truth is, it can't be undone. It just can't be undone. Just like the spell that most people are under, it is so deep. They have been separated from their soul has been separated from their mind and body, that they're demoralized. They no longer know what it means to be a moral person, especially when you get involved in the politics and the material world, the materialism of this world, and you worship the material god of this world. A lot of people are going to be surprised as to who has actually been pulling the strings here on mankind, and a lot of the things that you once thought were true or believed were true, you're going to know that you were full of shit, and that the people that you followed are full of shit too. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in these big churches and these big religions, and these psyops like QAnon and Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and all this political shit, all this cultural shit, that people think these Pleiadians and aliens and Jesus is coming to save them, when you were put on this earth to save your own ass. Nobody's coming to save you. There's no politician coming to save you. There's no savior that was hung on a cross 2,000 years ago that's going to come save you. And don't get me wrong, because the teachings of Jesus are the teachings of Jesus, and I know that I've done my studies on what the teachings of Jesus were, and the teachings of Jesus were not to worship him, but to follow him, and to understand that he was trying to warn mankind about the very same shit that is going on this planet right now, that most people are enthralled in, the belief that somebody is coming to save them if they act right, if they don't say fuck, or if they don't or if they give money, or if they give time to charity, that's what a good person is. And a good person is not being some kind of righteous, holy. You shouldn't be do that. You shouldn't be doing that. And I'm right and you're wrong. That's not what Jesus was talking about. He was talking about going into yourself and finding the truth, that just like if you're overweight, or if you're sick, or if you're addicted to something, nobody can do that journey for you. Nobody can embark on that journey for you, and find your way out of being overweight, or being sick, or being addicted. That is your journey. Just like the salvation of your soul, saving your own soul, saving your own ass is your responsibility. It is not some pastors. It is not some gurus with a turban or wearing a gown. It is your responsibility, and a lot of people don't understand that. They would just rather argue about what's right and what's wrong rather than going within and finding those answers. They would rather be told this is the answer. They would rather be told that this politician is going to save you. They would rather be told that this is what true history is. This is what true science is. They would just rather be told, and everybody's being told what's real right now, and a vast majority are wrong. I mean, they are, and I don't mean wrong in the sense that they are going to be condemned, or they're going to be damned, or somebody needs to slap the shit out of them and make them wake up, because the truth is, it's by design. This earth is a soul trap, and this earth is somewhere where you either were tricked into being, and I mean your soul, not your physical body, because this thing will die. This meat suit, this host body, this biochemical vessel will die, but your soul is energy, and it will go on. So, you know, either you were tricked into being here, your soul was tricked into being here, or it was here for you chose to be here, and you have purpose. And your whole responsibility is to find out which one that is. Am I here because I chose to be here and I have a mission, I have a purpose, or was I tricked into coming over here so that my soul is constantly going through this hell that we call earth, or like some of you believe, going to actual hell? So, giving money, sitting at church on Sunday with your nice duds on, and your the illusion that you're spiritual, that's not going to get you there. That's not going to get you there at all. You need to be responsible for yourself. You need to be responsible for your soul. Nobody can be responsible for your soul. That's your responsibility. And you know, I don't. You know, I'm in the process of actually understanding whether or not I was tricked into being here or whether I chose to be here. It seems like I wake up now that I have clarity and understanding of what true spirituality is. And true spirituality is not sitting there with your fingers in the air and legs crossed for hours in on a day, meditating in intense Bible study and all that shit. That, once you know your soul, once you know your soul is connected to spirit, you don't have to do that. You can just correct yourself. You can just say, look, that's wrong. I shouldn't be doing that. And then you correct it. You don't need to repent or I forget what the other word is, rebuke the devil. You don't need to do that. That's a bunch of horse shit. All you need to do is just check yourself and go, ooh, I shouldn't. I know that's wrong. I know that killing babies is wrong. I know that saying that negative shit about these people is wrong. I know that destroying these people over here is wrong. I know that all lives matter. I know that I am responsible for my own existence. I am responsible for my own soul. And it's like you people who have gotten religious and too new age spiritual or waiting on somebody to come and save you. And you've actually put your own responsibility on somebody else, and you've done it spiritually, you've done it physically, you've done it mentally, you've done it politically, economically. We've just kind of been taught that I'm bored, I'm going to turn on the TV, or I'm bored, I'm gonna go and have a few beers with the boys, or I'm bored, I'm gonna or I did wrong, I need to go into prayer and ask for forgiveness, or I need to go to confession, or I need to spend all this time torturing and punishing myself, when it's just like your physical existence. Your health is in your own hands. Trust me, it ain't the doctor's responsibility to keep your ass healthy. It is not. It is your responsibility. And if you're sticking a fucking bag of Cheetos in your fucking face every day, along with a cheeseburger and 4 or 5 Cokes, smoking a cigarette, and then finishing the week off with a shit ton of alcohol, you're gonna be sick. And nobody's gonna tell you not to do it until it becomes a problem for you, and either they're cutting shit off of you, or they're cutting into you, or they're doping you up with some kind of chemical. um, that's not anybody's responsibility. That's your responsibility. Same thing is true for your emotional state. If you're on anti-anxiety medications and you're depressed and you're all that stuff, it's not a doctor's responsibility to fix you. It's your responsibility. Same thing with your spirit. I hear people say, I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night. My brain won't shut off. You know what? I used to be a fucking alcoholic. I used to be one of those people. I used to boo-hoo myself about my childhood and all this shit that went wrong in my life. But nobody could fix that for me. I was supposed to go to rehab, and I was supposed to go sit in groups for the rest of my life, or I was supposed to go sit in church for the rest of my life and give my time and give my money, when all the answers were right here. They were right fucking here, contained in this meat suit, this host body, and all I had to do was go within. So I know all this shit is going on, and we're looking at some lockdowns coming up, harsher than the first wave of lockdowns with this virus. But you know, nobody's coming to save you. You're going to have to start thinking for yourself, and you're going to have to start doing things for yourself. And there's going to be some tough decisions that are going to need to be made. If you can question yourself and go, is what I believe really what I think is moral, what I think is right, or am I just doing that because everybody else is doing it? Chances are you're going to look within yourself and you're going to go, what if I'm wrong? What if I am not being as responsible for myself as I should be, and I'm depending on somebody else to come and fix me or fix this shit that is going on this planet? I'm judgmental. I think these people are wrong. When you check your ego, you start realizing, I work hard because I have all this crap that I can't afford. And, my kids are little assholes because, they get everything they want. I didn't get shit like that when I was when I was a kid. I'm turning my kid into a little arrogant asshole. But people won't check themselves like that. It's not until something goes wrong that they go, whoa, I gave him everything that he wanted, and I don't know how he turned out this way. Well, people say you're going to spoil that kid. No, you're going to fucking ruin that kid. Stop using the word spoil, because that's a trendy little word that replaces the word ruin. And when you go buying shit for your wife so that she'll give you a piece, or you fucked up and now you're buying your wife some expensive gift because you're guilty. You're buying your kid an expensive gift because you're guilty because you didn't spend enough time with them. That's how you get yourself in these situations where you don't seem like you're enough, or you're these one of these women who has to go do the wine and women Wednesday, or women and wine Wednesday, or fajitas and ritas, and you have to get away from the husband, and you have to get away from the kids, and there's really some shit going on in there that a lot of people don't understand. But who am I? I'm just some guy who ran off into the woods to find answers, and to connect with nature, and to connect with self. And one of the things that I learned, the absolute most empowering energy that I discovered out here, was the inability to lie to anything around me. I can't lie to it, and it can't lie to me. We have to trust, and we have to know, and we have to be concerned with, that tree looks a little shady. If the wind blows hard enough, it's probably going to fall on me, or on the cabin that I'm living in, or If I fuck with that bear over there, it's probably gonna fuck me up, you know. And you know, nature doesn't lie, and pure energy that you find within yourself, it doesn't lie either. So I'm gonna leave it there. Like, subscribe, uh, hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you guys later.